Are you the type who freaks out if your partner doesn't text back right away? You feel like your whole world falls apart without them? Hold on, this video might hit deeper than you expect, because today we're diving into something that affects way more people than you think. Emotional dependency. That's right. We're about to unpack signs, patterns, and truths you might be avoiding. So stick with me until the end and find out once and for all. Are you emotionally dependent? Let's find out together. Trust me, you'll want to know. Chapter 1. Does your mood depend on someone else? Ever notice how your day completely depends on how someone treats you? If they text, you're happy. If they don't, you're spiraling. It's one of the first big red flags. When your emotions are tied to someone else's attention, you're not really in control of your own life. And that's exhausting, right? If a simple good morning or lack of it ruins your vibe, it's time to pause. Ask yourself, why is my happiness in someone else's hands? Emotional dependency makes you feel like you can't breathe without the other person. It becomes a craving, not a connection. Slowly, it takes over your peace of mind. This isn't Lovett's emotional survival mode. Real love brings calm, not anxiety. So if your chest tightens every time your partner doesn't reply fast enough, something's off. The knot in your stomach isn't romance, it's insecurity screaming. It's your inner self asking for attention, and you're the only one who can give it. Start observing yourself. How often do you check your phone waiting for them? How quickly does your joy disappear when they're distant? These aren't small things, they're signs. And noticing them is the first step to taking back your emotional independence. You've got more control than you think. Needing versus. Meeting versus. Wanting love. There's a big difference between wanting someone and needing them. Wanting is healthy, it's human. Needing, though, that's where it gets heavy. Emotional dependency shows up when you feel like you can't function without the other person. Like your whole identity relies on them being there. When you rely on someone else to feel happy, safe, or even whole, that's not love. That's emotional outsourcing. You're giving them power they never asked for that you should keep for yourself. Love should enhance you, not complete you. You're already complete. You just might not realize it yet. It's okay to crave connection, but ask yourself, am I loving this person? Are you just terrified of losing them? Fear isn't a solid foundation for anything, let alone a relationship. When you're emotionally dependent, you're not in love. You're in fear of being alone, and that's not sustainable. True independence means feeling good with or without a relationship. It means knowing you're enough always. If that sounds impossible right now, don't worry. You're here. You're listening. And that means you're already starting to break the cycle. You're stronger than you think. Chapter 3. Emotional black holes. Let's talk about that emptiness. It's that feeling that something's missing. No matter how much love you get, it's never enough. That's the emotional black hole of dependency. You keep looking outward for something that only you can fix inside. You might find someone amazing, attentive, supportive, loving. But even then, you still feel anxious, still feel unsure. That's because the issue isn't them. It's the expectation that they should fill every gap in you. Spoiler, they can't. That's not their job. It's yours. This constant dissatisfaction causes tension. You might lash out, get jealous, or start fights without even knowing why. You're not crazy, you're just desperate for stability. But no person can be your emotional anchor 24/7. That's a role you need to take on for yourself. So next time that wave of insecurity hits, stop and breathe. Don't text. Don't blame. Just ask, what am I really needing right now? Often it's reassurance from yourself. Building that self-reassurance is what slowly, steadily ends the dependency. Trust me, it works. Own your emotions. You know what's powerful? Realizing your happiness isn't someone else's job. Emotional dependence often begins when we think love is supposed to fix us, but it doesn't. It reveals us. And sometimes what it reveals is a deep need to finally take responsibility for how we feel. Blaming your partner for your sadness, anxiety, or fear isn't fair to them or to you. You're giving away your power. And the truth is, nobody else is responsible for filling your emotional gaps. That's on you. And that's not bad news. It's actually super freeing. Taking back that responsibility means checking in with yourself. What do I need right now? What's this jealousy or fear really about? When you shift the focus inward, you start solving the actual problem, not just reacting to symptoms. and relationships become less intense, more stable. Here's a tip. Every time you feel triggered, try to name the feeling and where it comes from. Maybe it's fear of rejection. Maybe it's an old wound. Name it. Own it. And instead of blaming your partner, try to comfort yourself. That's the kind of emotional maturity that changes everything. Chapter 5. Your past shapes everything. Have you ever stopped to think that the way you love might be rooted in your childhood? Yep. The way we were raised can shape how we build relationships. If you grew up needing to please to be loved, you might still be doing that. Or if you felt abandoned or rejected as a kid, you might carry a deep fear of losing someone. These patterns often repeat without us even realizing. When we don't recognize these past wounds, they end up controlling our choices. We fall for people who trigger our fears or try to fill what's been missing. It's an invisible cycle, but a strong one. But once you're aware of it, you can start changing the path. Understanding your emotional roots is the first step to healing the way you love. Otherwise, you'll just keep repeating and getting frustrated. This isn't your fault. Kids do the best they can with what they have. But now as an adult, you've got new tools. You've got autonomy, access to knowledge, and the power to choose. You can learn to love in a healthier way. It all starts by looking inward with courage, not fear. Your story doesn't define you, but it explains a lot. So think. What patterns from your childhood still show up in you today? What behaviors do you repeat without even knowing why? Paying attention to this stuff isn't about living in the past. It's about understanding your roots so you can build more conscious connections. Healing starts with awareness. And awareness begins with listening. Listen to your story with kindness. The key to your dependency might be hiding back there. Chapter 6. Are you losing yourself? Maybe you've dropped friends, school, or personal goals just for a relationship. Or maybe you've done things that totally don't vibe with who you are just to please someone. Sound familiar? Then it's time to hit pause. When you give up who you are just to keep someone around, that's not love. That's fear of being left behind. And it hurts. If you've ever ignored your own wants, your boundaries, or even your values, just to hold on to someone, be careful. That's not devotion. That's self-erasure. Healthy love helps you grow, doesn't make you disappear. Every time you shrink yourself, you lose a little more of your identity. And the more lost you get, the more fragile you become in that relationship. No one deserves to live just for someone else. It's not romantic cuties, unhealthy. Honestly, this extreme self-sacrifice often isn't even appreciated. The other person might not notice or give back. Then you end up frustrated. Like you gave everything and got nothing. But if you abandon yourself, how can you expect someone else to stay? It's time to reclaim yourself. Ask yourself, what have you stopped doing for you lately? What parts of yourself have you sacrificed? If you want a healthy relationship, you have to start with a healthy connection to yourself. Start putting yourself first again. Self-love is the first step to making any love work. Nobody can truly love you if you keep forgetting to love yourself. Chapter 7. Reconnect with yourself. Do you spend time with yourself just you? Or do you only feel complete when someone else is around? Learning to enjoy your own company is tough when you're emotionally dependent, but it's a necessary step. When you know how to be enough for yourself, relationships become a choice, not a need. Make space for solo moments, guilt-free. Read, take a walk, listen to music, go to the movies. Do something that's just for you. It's not selfish, it's emotional wellness. The more you enjoy your own company, the less you'll settle for relationships that diminish you. The loneliness you fear might actually turn into a place of self-discovery, and that's empowering. It might feel awkward at first, stick with it. Learning to hear yourself takes time. But soon, you'll find there's joy and peace in the quiet. In that space, your true wants and needs show up. And you stop expecting others to guess everything or fill every gap. You begin to feel whole, and everyone else becomes a bonus. Slowly, you'll see that being alone isn't the same as being lonely. They're two different things. Someone who truly loves themselves doesn't fear their own company. So challenge yourself. What's one thing you can do today just for you? Start small. This reconnection is the beginning of your emotional freedom, and it changes everything. Chapter 8. Real love is a choice. It's not a need, last but not least. Lust and close. Loving someone because you need them is dependency. Loving someone because you choose to, that's freedom. If you love someone just because of how they fill your emptiness, you're not really loving them. You're trying to patch a hole, and that hole can't be filled by anyone else. It's filled with self-love, purpose, and presence. Healthy love comes from two whole people, not two halves trying to complete each other. It's okay to want companionship, but you shouldn't need it to survive. Real love is when two people could live apart but choose to be together. No pressure, no panic, no chains. That's real connection. The idea of losing someone makes you panic. Maybe what you're feeling isn't love, it's attachment. Love gives space, respects, and accepts. Attachment controls, clings, and suffocates. The difference is subtle, but it changes everything. And often, what we call intense passion is just our own neediness dressed up as romance. So ask yourself, do you love or do you depend? Are you in this relationship by choice or by fear? Real love starts when you're already okay on your own. It adds to your life. It doesn't drain it. It sets you free. It doesn't trap you. And if you've made it this far, you've already taken your first step toward emotional freedom. Keep going. You deserve a love that starts from within. If you recognized yourself at any point in this video, know that you are not alone. Many people experience this type of suffering in silence, thinking it is normal, but it is not. You deserve to experience a light, free, and fearless love, and that starts within you. If this content made sense to you, leave your like. This will help the video reach more people who also need to hear it. Comment below. Have you ever been in a relationship marked by emotional dependence? What was it like for you? And of course, subscribe to the channel, because here we talk about feelings in a real, direct, and welcoming way. See you in the next video. Take care of yourself and love yourself.